First of all, this is very vulnerable. It is 12:09, and I hate that I have to look up to see through my bifocals, but it's the reality of it. My name's Tracy. I'm 50 years old, almost 51 in like a little over 2 weeks. I'm currently living in my car. I've decided to make these daily live videos because number one, I think it's going to help somebody because I know I'm not alone. There's no possible way. And if something that I say or do or something that someone can get from these videos that will help encourage someone, I would love for that to happen. I want to help people, and I've been trying to figure out a way to do that through YouTube. Nothing's felt right yet. So I've decided just to put it all out there to, number one, therapy for myself because I'm all alone, clearly. Number two, if I can help someone, again, anyway, I live in my car. I have been homeless for the third time in 3 years. I've realized that I have been in survival mode for quite a long time, and I am in trauma, and I have done everything I can do to try to resolve it by myself. I can't. I know that for a fact. I've learned that. All right, so to the subject of what I titled this for, I am out. I'm down. I'm not out. I'm down, but I'm not out. Tonight, I realized something from a situation that's been going on since Easter, so like April 19th. A lot of story before this, but I'll keep it short for this particular live. After being homeless, I lost my home in January, and like I said, for the third time, and I couldn't deal with trying to stay in this town without family or friends or anyone to help me. So I decided to go back to Georgia, where I'm from, to live with family. So at least I had somewhere to live and to seek therapy so I could get some of the trauma resolved because I knew I had PTSD. Because the whole reason I lost my home for the third time is because I was fired from my 23-year career in the OR, which I was very good at, and I am still. But I was having panic attacks during surgery, and as anyone knows, you can't perform surgery or assist in surgery while you're having a panic attack. If anyone out there has ever had a panic attack, you know it's impossible. So I was fired for performance. Left me trying to figure out how to pay my rent. I couldn't do it. I held on. I did everything I could for 2 months. Lost the home in January. Went back to Georgia. Love my family. Love them so much. However, I have been healing from ancestral wounds, from family trauma, from being stuck, from drama, from addiction, from all the things that my family, again, I love them, but all the things that I somehow inherently knew I had to change to be the person I know I can be. I healed all that stuff and corrected it. And it was very hard to make the decision to go back to Georgia because I knew it would trigger me. But I was in a situation where I had no choice. Side note, which is not a side note at all, gut-wrenching, heartbreaking. I had to leave my children here, which was why I had the trauma, because the first time or the second time I lost my home, I did everything I could to be here to stay with my kids. And that eventually traumatized them because they saw how hard I was trying, and they it was bad for them to see me struggling. Okay, so go back to Georgia. I'm around drinking every day. I'm a holistic health coach. My health is very serious to me. I take it very seriously. I'm educated in it. I have an education. I've been trying to create a business around being a health coach. That's what's led to all this. Because I wasn't successful because I hadn't healed all the wounds that I needed to heal. There's just so much. I'm trying to compact everything into this one little live, but and hopefully it makes sense. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm rambling, but I go there a week before I lost my home in January. My father was diagnosed with cancer, which was very traumatizing as well because it was sudden. And I'd done a lot of healing work around childhood wounds. They did the best they could. They loved me, but I never felt seen. I never felt loved. I wasn't abused or neglected, but I didn't have what I needed to thrive. So I feel like, I know I was always trying to compensate for feeling abandoned, for not having protection, for not being emotionally provided for. I was like a second thought. I was in the way. I was, if I got attention, it had to be like I had to earn their love, is what I felt like. I know they didn't mean to, but that's what I felt like. And this is just my story, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate to this, but oof. Anyway, there's so many facets to my story. It's hard to get started. That's why I haven't done this yet. All right, so my dad got diagnosed with cancer. I think it was like January 5th is when I found out about it. I'm not sure the exact diagnosis date for him, but I think January 5th. Okay, lost my home. Drove 7 hours to Georgia, having had to leave my children in Florida, which crushed me. I lost my home for the third time, lost my children, lost everything that I knew to go back to a situation that I was already scared to go back to because I knew I wasn't ready or strong enough in the things that I had healed to face it. But I had to. And my father, like all the things. Okay, so I get there. There's so many crazy dynamics. I just do the best I can. One thing I did was stand strong in who I knew I had become and all the hard work I had done. I've done so much inner work and healing and trying to do my best to get out of those cycles because I just kept repeating cycles. I was picking the same kind of guys that are emotionally unavailable, narcissistic tendencies. I just always felt alone. The career I chose, there's so many layers. I don't know. I can't even articulate it all, but anyway, I get there and I'll sum it up. I'll just try to sum it up. My dad died February 12th. So, like a month after I got there. And I got a lot of flack from my sisters because I'm completely different than them. Like, I love them so much. I accept them for who they are. They have a hard time understanding me. And I try to explain it, but they can't comprehend it because I think they just don't want to. They're afraid to address it. There's even an issue because they somehow subconsciously know how painful it will be to face it. And that's what I mean when I talk about the hard work I've done. I faced it, I dealt with it, I went through the emotions, I processed it over and over, dealt with it. I've been angry, I've been mad, I've been fucking terrified, I've been so many emotions. And it all came to the same thing. Like, they didn't understand me and they pointed fingers at me and blamed me, not at the time, but just recently it came to face that they judge me and think that I don't love my family or them or whatever because of how I handled my grief and what I was going through. And I saw it on a whole different perspective, a whole different level than them because I did face the pain and acknowledged it and have I was in the process and still am of healing those deep, deep wounds that it is not for the meek, let me tell you. It is not for anybody that is not strong and courageous. And if you're going through this, oh my God, sending you so much love because it is not easy. It is not easy. But it is so worth it. It is so worth it. So much love to you. Oh my gosh. You're not alone. And if I can help at all, please let me know. Just put it in the comments and I am happy to share anything. Like, if anybody has any questions on what I've gone through, please let me know. I'm happy to help. That's why I'm doing this. I want to help people. Anyway, I get there. Long story short. Okay. I keep saying that, but it's not. I can't make it short. But I get there January. My dad dies in February. I'm still there March. My son, he's finished his hockey season. He's now into lacrosse. He's a junior in high school. I missed the whole lacrosse season. In each thing, I keep thinking, okay, I'm going to be back for this. I'm going to be back for this. I wasn't. I couldn't. I had no money to do it. I couldn't catch up. I had no emotional support. I had people that were supplying me, my family, they were supplying me somewhere to live. And it might have been on me too because I was very protective of the things I had already healed. But I opened it up as much as I could. But we just don't align. Like, their answer to everything is ignore it or just drink a beer or just numb the pain. Just don't face the pain. And it was such a big contrast, and it was so hard for me to stand strong in what I had already healed and what I knew and the things that I believe in, and it was completely opposite of what they believe. It was such a powerful, profound time in my life, which I feel like everything the last 3 years has been. But it's so hard to I get so distracted because everything was so crazy. Okay, so we go on to, okay, so my son, I missed his whole lacrosse season. I missed, and I didn't even miss one hockey game before. Like, this was very detrimental to me. mom was my priority, and it still is. I just haven't been able to be that because of the things that have happened. But so I'm dealing with a lot of big emotions. Like, it's a lot of things. And Easter. So a week or so before Easter, just so happens that God places something in my life. A friend of mine, an ex-boyfriend actually, that I loved dearly, have always loved dearly, messaged me, and he's not doing well at all. And, just got divorced, went through alcoholism and detox, and I'm not talking simple alcoholism, I'm talking like extreme. And I've never even witnessed this kind of alcoholism, like getting sick, like he could die if he just stopped drinking suddenly. And he is like, it was just bad. Anyway, so he messaged me, we reconnected. It was innocent at first, and we were helping each other. I was helping him get his place settled after divorce because he was just like distraught. I mean, he's gone through a lot too. He had overcome alcoholism. He had overcome a toxic marriage that he says, I mean, I don't know, but he says he never had any love. There was love, but it was like empty love or something. I don't know, whatever, but it's just what he told me. So I can't speak to that, but so, okay, today is July 1st. Tonight, if I were to guess, I would say it's probably the 8th, 9th, or 10th time I've regretted reconnecting or like forgiving him for how he made me feel hurt in my situation. Because he's constantly telling me he loves me and he's worried about me. He actually gifted me money to get me back here, to my kids, which I can't even see because I don't have a home, and the ex doesn't want me visiting them there, and I haven't been able to find a job in 8 weeks, and I have looked, and I've applied at least 40 places and gotten like 20 rejections in a career I've been in for 23 years. It's just, I don't know, so much. Like, it's not for lack of trying, and I have just been beaten down and beaten down and beaten down, and I will never, ever fucking give up. The shit that I've been through, I, gue- I guess that's why, like, I can't even tell you all the specifics because it's so much. Like, and there's so many aspects and facets of this whole story. Like, it branches out in so many areas, and it all points back to my fucking broken heart because everything I love so deeply, and I just want to help people, and I just want to be a good person, and I want to do good and be good. And for some reason I have this like facade that will get me where I need to be. It'll get me the job I need, and it'll get me back on my feet and get me a home and get my children back to where they have a mom, the mom that they had before all this started happening, where I can love them and be the mom that I know I am. Ugh, I am highly emotional. Also, like, I'm into astrology, I'm into tarot cards, I'm going, whoops. All right. Sorry, I'm in my car and my light just went off. There we go. Sorry. Ugh. Anyway. So tonight, the cycle, like 10th cycle. He doesn't understand, but he's a narcissist. And I don't think he means to be. I know he doesn't mean to be. I know he genuinely loves me. I genuinely love him. But the alcoholism from so many years, like something, his brain is damaged. And I hate to even say that, but it's reality. And he's got this skewed version of what life is. And I'm not blaming him, and I don't mean to, and I'm not judging, but I'm telling from my experience. To be in the position I'm in, he wants to help, and he has helped. And then he cut it off, and then it's just very, very convoluted and intertwined and painful, and there's so much love, but there's so much dysfunction and so much toxicity, and there's codependency, and there's from both of it. Like I'm not excluded from any accountability in this at all. But what I realize is I have to, and I've made this promise to myself from the first time actually that we had this issue. I'm like, I will not allow this in my life, but I've kind of fallen back into the whole person I was that I healed from growing up there, and the issues I had and the traumas I had. So I just need to wrap this up. I'm sorry. Oh, it's probably, I hope it makes sense. I don't know if it does or not, but I don't know. I'm gonna come back on tomorrow. I'm gonna start doing a daily vlog of my life, where I am, living in my car. Maybe I'll show you how I'm doing it, because I've had to be resourceful. And anyway, there's a lot. I've got a lot to share, and I just want to say that everyone I've spoken about, I love deeply, deeply, deeply. I just have to advocate for myself, because no one's ever done that for me, and I have to do it. And if anybody resonates with my story at all, or have had any similar circumstances, I love you, and I'm so sorry, and you are not alone. Continue to be strong. You may be down, but you're never out. Always get up. Never, ever, ever give up. And I love you. I love you so much. Sending out so much love and gratitude and peace and harmony. There's so much bad in the world. So, I don't know. I hope it helped someone. It definitely helps me to get this stuff out. So, anyway, peace and love. And if there's any questions you have, just put it in the comments. Make sure to like it, whatever, blah, 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 whatever. All the stuff. I'm not here to be, like, get pity or blah, 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 but this is for me to have therapy and get the things out. And in the long story, in the long run, to be there for somebody else that might be in the same situation. So, anyway, I love you guys, and thanks for watching. Have a great night, or a great tomorrow, or a great day, whenever you watch this, okay? Peace. I can't see it. Oh my gosh. I just put a poll. Oh my god. I'm sorry. It is like, I don't know, midnight? Yeah, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Oh my god. I'm so into angel numbers too. All right, let me figure this out. I just did a poll. I really don't know what I'm doing. But, okay. I'm going to end it now. Let's see. Possibly. Okay. I think I figured it out. Good night. Thanks for watching.